I'm making one of my favorites, and I always call it something backwards, but it's bacon ranch chicken, and I was calling it chicken bacon ranch, and my daughter's like, Mom, no, it's bacon ranch chicken. But I'm so excited. It is one of my new favorites. I just actually found this recipe on TikTok. I find a lot of recipes on there, so you may be seeing a lot more of those here to come. And I just want to say real quick, I am Amy Gardner, for those of you that don't know me. And I have been selling Tupperware now for 9 years. I absolutely love it. And I love the products. I have 3 kiddos, and I love, well, life is going to get really crazy starting next week, because we are going to have dance 4 nights a week. We're going to have football 3 nights a week. And this pressure cooker is a savior in this household for this time of year, because you can throw any meal in here, and well, just about any meal in here, right? And have it ready in 30 minutes or less. And so this meal, it only takes 20 minutes. And so I'm like, score, because you have your protein, you have your dairy, and then we can just throw together, while this is cooking, a side dish, like a vegetable on the side, on the stove, or well, probably on the stove, because this is in my microwave and I only have one. But anyway, it's so easy. So I already have in my pressure cooker my chicken. All right. And this is a very, very used, very loved pressure cooker. I probably use this, no joke, 5 times a week, because it's faster than baking chicken in the oven. It's faster than the grill, even though the grill on the weekends is really nice, right? My husband loves to cook too. And so we do that on, well, he does that on the weekend. But and you don't need any skills to do this. So when I first got married, I didn't know how to cook. And even when I first started Tupperware, selling Tupperware, I wasn't as I guess as explorative. I don't know. I didn't cook that much before I started selling Tupperware. But once I started selling Tupperware, I cook more all the time, and I try new recipes all the time, because I want to learn new ways to use these products and to share them with you guys, because that is one of my passions, is being in the kitchen and helping other families save money and save time. And doing this, you can absolutely do that. All right. So it's very, very safe. You don't have to worry about it exploding on you in the microwave or anything like that. It's 30 minutes or less, and super easy. You could do like I'm doing chicken in here. You can do pork, or you can do beef. Roast is really yummy and tender in here. But I'm going to go ahead and get to this barbecue. It's not really barbecue. But it's a backyard barbecue meal that we would have. All right. So I have 3 chicken breasts cut up, and I just used our shears to cut it up and into some little bit of chunks. All right. And I'm going to take a packet of ranch. Now, I'm not exactly sure on how good this is for you. However, it does taste really good, and it is really easy to do. And all I have to do is grab one of these packs and just put it right on top of my chicken. And I did have chicken bouillon on top of the chicken as well. So I don't ever use chicken broth. I always use the bouillon. All right. So I have the chicken and I have the ranch on there, and we're going to cover it in bacon. And so I'm using one of our little hostess sets, or little hostess bowls. So if you are a host, or if you want these, you can still get these. All right. By hosting and just having a $200 party. So I cooked up my bacon in our stack cooker earlier, and I cut it up already into little bite-sized pieces. I did put it on a paper towel, if you saw that in here, because it was really greasy. All right. not really greasy, but it was greasy and I wanted to soak up some of that grease. So got the chicken and the bacon on top of there. And then, so it calls for cream cheese. And I've been seeing a lot of these recipes of these people using cottage cheese instead of cream cheese, because the cottage cheese is lower in fat. And what they do is they, well, they, I guess you could say they blend it up until it gets smooth. So I am using our supersonic tall. All right, so this is in between the big and the little one. All right, and I'm going to be telling those, talking to you about those in a little bit. But this holds about, what is it, about 3 cups, 2.5 cups. Okay, so, and we're going to put in here about 2 cups of cottage cheese. And this is small curd, and I'm going to just chop it up so that it is a little bit smoother. All right, so I'm going to put this in here, just around my little my blade. Now the blades are really, really sharp if you don't know, so you got to be careful with those. All right, but I love these Clearly Elegant bowls. They're so nice. I can even store my cottage cheese in here, and I don't have to worry about, like, when the kids are going into the refrigerator in the morning and they are making their lunches. I don't have to worry about them moving it around and then the cottage cheese falling out and it falling on the floor, because you know, if it were into the cottage cheese dish, that it would, the lid would fall off and we would have a huge mess, right? So I went ahead and put it all in here. All right, I'm just going to pull this, pull it a few times, all right, so that it gets nice and smooth. Now, if this were my kiddos, if they were around, then I would have them be doing this part because they have a lot of fun doing this. And you can even have them like do a little, like a chop off, you know what I mean? So they can make a game out of it. And then they could see who got theirs the smoothest, fastest. All right, so can't really tell, but it did get it more smooth. And actually, before I dump this in, I'm gonna go ahead and use our micro pitcher. Love this guy. All right, so because it has 2 cups, you get 2 measuring cups in one thing. And so I have 2 cups in this one, 2 cups of water. So I'm just gonna pour this right on top of my bacon and my chicken and the ranch dressing. All right. And if I wanted to, I can measure out in this one as well. There's 1 cup on here. And if this goes in the microwave. So you can boil water in here. You can melt your chocolate in here. You can melt your butter in here. Anything that you need melted or even softened, you can do in here. You don't have to worry about it splattering all over the place in your microwave. All right, so we have our water in. I'm going to just take the cottage cheese, get some of that off of there. Oops. And I'm going to put it right on top. And then we're going to put it in the microwave for 20 minutes. What I love about cooking in the microwave is that it stays nice and tender. So you don't have to worry about it getting drying out at all. It doesn't dry out at all. And it also uses less energy, which is also a money saver, right? It's all about saving a few bucks. And guess what, guys? The pressure cooker's on sale, so you'll save even more money. All right, so I'm just going to kind of push this around the sides, and it is ready to go into the microwave. And when it comes out, so I just lock this in place. All right, take the handle for extra precaution and put that on top and lock that in. And then you're going to have your, all right, your completed dish. And so you can see it's in here and it's already cooked. But I want to show you guys, let's set that aside. We're going to chop up that chicken. All right. And so I absolutely love this. So this is the bigger chopper. So it's actually called the Supersonic Extra. All right. And you can do, I think it has like 5.5 cups, maybe 5 cups, but you can make a whole salsa in here. You can, okay, so like this time of year, I do a whole lot of canning. And so it makes canning amazing, especially when I'm making my salsas, because I can chop up a whole onion at one time and not cry. Have you ever done that? Have you ever like cried from chopping up an onion? I used to cry all the time, and my husband used to make fun of me, and my grandma used to tell me all these things to try to help me to not cry. I don't know that any of them worked. One time she even told me to put a paperclip in my mouth while I'm chopping the onion. I'm like, I don't think so, Grandma. I don't do that. All right, so I have some chicken in here and some bacon too, so that can get done. But I just pulled that 3 times, right? Did you guys count it? I believe it was 3 times. And look at this chicken. Ta-da! It is perfect now for shredded chicken sandwiches. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and finish chopping all of this up, and I'm going to put it back in here so it stays nice and tender. All right. And we're going to keep on going.